Yeah.
Lulu banned away.
Yeah, remember, guys, there's no Fearless.
Yeah.
This is 2013, okay? So there's none of this. He could just play Lulu all 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to.
And Blitzcrank now is also going to be banned away as Gragas and Lee Sin is going to be the target. And so Vayne is going to be open.
Yeah, Vayne's open. And
as
also,
well as Eve.
They're denying Insect Lee Sin twice because they picked it last time. Gangplank, I don't know about as a first pick.
Pantheon being hovered. I wonder if McNoon is one-tricking Pantheon right now in Classic.
I mean, it might not have looked like it from game 1, but Pantheon is actually really strong in this meta.
It's okay. Nidalee is going to be the B1 for Team Najin CJKT as Samsung SKT. Let's take a look at how they're going to respond to the R1, R2. Now, the Nidalee is a multi-flex, and okay. Ryze, also a flex at this point in time in Classic era, as Jarvan is being hovered. Gonna get locked in, so Ryze Jarvan.
Yeah, that was a big Spirit pick, and it was on his, you know, we had the graphic before for all the players. Definitely one of the picks that he has a lot of games on in jungle and support later on in his career. I'm curious to see what Insect is going to play this time around. I thought his Skarner was actually pretty good. Like, it seemed like he had a good grasp of what he was meant to do.
Yeah, and so now the Anivia comes in, a known modern-day answer to the Ryze, but even back in the day, thematically, Anivia is one of the best picks. The opponents are trying to run into you. You have the Nidalee for that range already. Anivia now for the zone control. Master Yi comes in as well. And this is a different kind of Master Yi than what we're used to nowadays. As Kassadin instantly selected. And so now we're going to have the swap battle where Ryze and Kassadin are going to try to play cat and mouse. I don't think McNoon is ever playing Anivia.
No, it's not going to happen. Vayne here for Piglet. Got a big cheer from the crowd. And really excited for Pawns Kassadin as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tristana Janna. That's a lane.
Tristana Janna, so a lot of self-peel, a lot of disengage on the side of Najin CJKT. They do have a lot of scaling as well, but the interesting thing here is the Kassadin, this is the old Kassadin. This is the Rift Walk, get to level 16. This is what the statement was made from, is originating from this iteration of the champion, and he's going to have the free lane against the Anivia. So we're going to have McNoon going up against the Ryze in top lane. Alistar coming in for the Vayne, for that peeling.
Yeah, Vayne Alistar, a very common duo from the past. Because you just lock them down for so long, and also you have a powerful front line for the Vayne, and it just allows her so much room to do what she needs to do.
Yeah, and we saw last game the dynamic of the Ryze Nidalee matchup when it does unfold that way. This might actually be Master Yi gets flexed last second as the pick ban moves off, and it could be APE top lane. But that's going to mean that Ryze is going to have, for the most part, a free lane. He's going to endlessly shove in, and that's going to let the Jarvan care for the Kassadin, care for the Vayne, who are the two hypers on their team.
It's been 15 years since this guy came down to
Wow, he went to the Yongsan Station Esports Stadium that used to exist on the 8th floor. Yeah. And that is where it used to be. As sign here on the right says Piglet Vayne. And, we saw the sign earlier. Kuro is forever. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of form is eternal, they say pawn is eternal, or temporary, I should say.
Pawn is temporary, and Kuro is forever. Yep. As they're just doing their runes and masteries. But again, getting back to the draft, from a modern day lens, the Kassadin is really frightening and scary. And it's not that there isn't a lot of scaling for Samsung SKT, but thematically, this time around, the Najin team, they're going to have an easier time if the same type of trajectory unfolds like in Game 1.
Apparently the title of Captain Jack's rune page was a bit of attack speed. And that's exactly what he had. Just a little bit of attack speed mixed in.
Hart here, going 0-9-21 for the Masteries.
Yeah.
So the screen looks over at Piglet.
Said utility / support for him. What was your go-to Mastery composition?
Me, back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day.
It always depended on the champion for the most part. Sometimes, obviously, you could mix it up and do things, but yeah, generally 21-9. But then there was the evolution where 21 in the utility tree became extremely valuable.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for Mordekaiser.
Yeah,
what's
I knew you were,
happening, as I have been talking about that for forever. And I'm really looking forward to him hitting classics that I can play him again.
Yeah. We had some sheet music out there, a musical score. I'm not sure exactly what those notes represented. Here's the old Runes page there on the left. Says,
one of the fan signs saying that they love the OG track.
Yeah. And also talks about how you hit level 30 and you got to buy those runes.
Yep.
Is what it was talking about on the left.
And that used to absolutely be a quest.
Man, it used to take forever.
Even if I'm an old idiot, I still have to show up and watch the Legends match, is what the sign on the left says.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the dance. The K-pop dance that Manga was doing is, I think the song is called Bad, they said. So, yeah, that's the, if she goes on camera, she's going to do the dance. That's what it says.
All right, well, loading into the game. Who do you think is going to take this one?
I mean, my money's on Samsung SKT. I think they're just a better team, the players, right? Just like across the board. Again, here's the next generation. So he's going to be, current LCK is going to be his classic match.
You know what his shirt reminds me of? It reminds me of that Pokemon that it's like the three, you know what I'm talking about? It has like tidy up and population
or something.
No, the other one.
Population bomb, yeah.
Well, yeah, that Pokemon has it too, but
maybe I got the name wrong, but it starts with like Mouse Chino or something.
Something, yeah. As we're taking a look at all the matchups, Master Yi versus Jarvan. Some skill expression there with the Alpha Strike timing against the knockup. Kassadin, that's the narrative of the game. Can Kassadin get to 16 and try to take everything over? As Tristana versus Vayne down in the bot lane, Janna versus Alistar. Wonder if he's going to be using the classic Alistar skin.
I'm excited for Hart to just play the champ because he looked so good on Blitzcrank. I want to see if he's got it on another one. Let's here we go. All right, here we go. Legend match game 2. For you guys who are joining late, we are going to do 3 games today, regardless of if it is a 2-0, because, of course, we had to bring back blind pick for our last game. And regardless of who wins, we're just going to say that we made it there. As apparently it's Mousehold is the Pokemon name from Degon. Thanks, Degon. He's always just around.
He's around.
It's the LCK Classic match.
He knows about everything. Pokemon,
what was Degon
Riftbound.
doing back then?
Who knows?
He said he was watching the games in Virginia back in the day, and he's just here now during the match that we have.
Isn't it interesting? Me, you, and Degon all grew up actually in pretty close proximity to each other in the Northeast.
Yeah, East Coast of America. I almost said NA.
That'd still be correct.
Yes, but you know,
it'd be more correct than America technically. You know, if you want to get, if you want to be, a little specific, there's some people maybe like. All right, Alpha Strike onto the camp.
Yeah.
Very strong back in the day. As okay. Spirit. He's going to go from his blue buff and immediately moving over to his red. He's going to get the bad news bears.
Oh, we have exhaust coming in. Also heals thrown around. This is like
modern.
Modern, exactly. I was going to say the level 1 trades and stuff. So aggro. Oh, nice timing. Tornado. Gorilla still got it.
Yep. And so both ADCs a little bit low on HP, but Captain Jack and Gorilla, they have control of the lane. They have more minions, though, so this is going to push into them. And you can see Spirit ends up knowing exactly what Insect is up to. Macnoon with that Ignite, trying to trade aggressively early, trying to set up lethal.
Did you see the pings there on the Spirit? Like, Insect knows exactly where he is and where he's going to go. He knows the timing of, oh, he's going to go check and then come back to Wolves, and he should be on his Wolf camp right now.
Yep. And so right now, the zoning from everything that's working out, Gorilla going to stand in the brush, making sure that Jarvan isn't around, but always trying to...
I don't think... Yeah, oh, he's going to miss the flag.
Oh, no.
Spirit's in trouble here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to get flashed on. I think this is smart from Insect, although the flash away comes in. And...
and here comes Tristana and Janna. They're trying to cut off the access points, and Spirit trying to look for a way out. He needs to get to the wall before Yi...
No, it's just not going to happen. Flag comes in. Oh, he goes for the play, actually.
The heal.
Yeah, he's just going to meditate, sit back, relax.
Yep. All right, Insect can't actually go for this. He would lose. And so, yeah, he just has to stand there and let him recall.
Oh, man. Yeah, if he goes in, he just dies.
Yep.
So, at the end of the day, he just kind of watches him.
And okay, so Piglet now with Heart, they have the lane, it's pushing out, and you can see Spirit immediately running back down towards the right-hand side.
Macnoon is he's getting gapped here in the top lane.
Yeah, and one of the problems that is existing right now is that Insect's camps are lower levels than the respawned ones for Spirit. And so that mechanic is definitely playing a part. Insect needs to get all the camps down as fast as possible, and so he's not going to be able to help out top lane as Looper.
Oh, he might die the minions up there. That is very close. We got a dive here in the bottom lane. Nice flash away from Captain Jack, but the follow-up is there. First blood over to Spirit. And they made that look very easy. Not much that Gorilla could do.
Yep. Dive goes down. A lot of summoners end up getting used here. And Macnoon, no teleport, having to try to rush that lane out. But to his credit, he's doing quite well in the CS department. So even though Looper got that crash off and he gets the reset, he's running back to lane and he doesn't actually have a lot of resources. I think Macnoon's in a fine spot as we take a look at the replay. Minions are underneath the turret, flash out by Captain Jack, but flag and drag into immediate condemn. Gorilla not able to save him. So meanwhile in mid, Pawn doing just fine. Still has that Ignite, very healthy, has the Ruby Crystal. Kassadin under pretty much no threat.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about Kassadin into Anivia. Not only is he able to just jump over her wall and not really care, or jump away from an ult if in a bad situation, but especially this early on, like Anivia just can't really do anything in this version of the game. And that's part of why Pawn takes Ignite as well, because he just knows. Heart is up here. Up in the top lane. Ooh. And no flash available for Macnoon, who is in some trouble. Took Ignite this time. Not going to help him in this circumstance. Doesn't die, but he is very much chunked.
Doesn't die, very chunked, but Mastery on the opposite side of the map. And so now Alistar Rise is going to try to zone off Nidalee as Insect's going to try to respond to this. Oh, the Condemn!
The flash and the Condemn is gigantic. They're still going to go for the play, though, as the kill does go over to the Vayne, so traded back 1-for-1 in the 1v3 does Piglet. Macnoon is getting dove in between his turrets. His Heart is back. Took a turret shot. Probably didn't have to, and Heart takes the kill.
And so it is going to be a pretty big win for Samsung SKT because Nidalee getting zoned out of all of these waves, all this EXP just being missed, and Piglet was at least able to trade back one of the kills. Look at that turret damage as well as the wave's now going to push out. Surplus of minions. Spirit invading here. Going to be found by Gorilla. Not going to stick around too much longer. Anivia not moving. As Jarvan can just escape through the north. And so gold score right now, despite the 2-kill advantage, it's still relatively even.
I really love the graphics of the old Anivia ult. I feel like it's actually better than the new one. It's just, maybe it's nostalgia talking. They're going for an invade, and Insec is here, level 6. And guess what level Spirit is? It's 4. So, not having a great time. Full team invade, although now Insec is kind of just in the pit. He ults, but he's just alone and just dies. So, a bit over-aggressive there.
They don't have McNoon there. They're outnumbered. McNoon's going to land a spear, but he's 80 Nidalee.
Yeah, 80 Nidalee.
Oh.
Now, look at the burst! Just takes him down. All of a sudden, McNoon is saying, okay, I'll show you what a real gap is in the top lane.
Yeah, and now he's going to be back in the driver's seat as Looper ends up missing several minion waves. Very big breath of fresh air for the Najin CJKT team, as that was a little bit dicey. Master Yi lost a lot of his tempo and advantage that he had inside of the jungle, but now it's been salvaged by the top lane state, and this Ryze is very behind.
The buffer out of Captain Jack. He knows how to play that champ. Condemn comes in and saves the Alistair, but not a lot of pressure here for Piglet. He doesn't really have a support after Hart got chunked.
McNoon gonna come down, try to plant some traps. Just to get... Yep.
I got him. He's dead.
Yep.
Said it's over. He's like,
oh, I died of this? Yep.
Why is
died of one combo, yep.
Yeah. That's just the way things were. And all of a sudden, McNoon's behind him again. And I don't think he landed his Q, actually, but jumped this time. Oh. The kill, takes a turret shot, and Spirit comes in and takes the kill. But, man, not the play McNoon was looking for.
Definitely not the play as Pawn. Under a little bit of danger, but just going to be okay. So a kill assist goes the way of Samsung as everything trades back in top. Force Pulse is there. Oh!
Kuro's in trouble here. Ignite comes in, the Flash Cataclysm, and now Kuro goes down to the egg. And, okay, Gorilla's going to come over and try to help out a little bit, but not really going to do all too much. Now he's in an awkward spot.
Oh, an Insect. Now it's going to be, yep. He's found, he's known about Flag and Dragon. Oh!
Spirit already, they just burst both of them down.
Here goes Piglet.
Piglet's on the chase, but yeah, Captain Jack is just fine. But the 2 kills are pretty massive already.
Yeah. Kosadin getting any sort of acceleration is just very good as, okay. Smite's going to be used. McNoon trying to chase here. I'm not quite sure why. He's 80
Jarvan.
Italy. Yep.
Yeah, Jarvan hasn't changed a whole lot. It's basically the same. And
Force Pulse. Yep.
Look at how much damage he takes from the minions as well. It's kind of crazy.
McNoon really trying to just mess with the recall.
Yeah. If he gets delayed recall, maybe, but now he is trying to jump away. Here comes Looper from the top rope. Just jumps in, and McNoon's aggression punished immediately.
He's been running around quite a bit, trying to do things instead of just extending that lead in top lane, especially as AD Nidalee. You want to be constantly just exerting your advantage, life-stealing off the wave, hitting the turret, etc. But perhaps feeling a little bit panicked that so many things are happening around the map. And now Samsung SKT, they're starting to really run away with it. Jarvan has completely recovered inside of this game. Kosadin getting that little bit of acceleration via the kills and the assists. It's going to spell pretty bad news bears. He's already up in EXP so much as well over Kuro, and level 16, that's the timer.
Yeah, the timer is very real as well. And the combo here on a Kuro, nothing he can do. Just getting help from Hart, from Spirit to come into mid. And I mean, they have this Kassadin who's so far ahead, but also Spirit, who you mentioned. Those Qs do insane damage. Also, Janna's really squishy. Which, you know, I feel like in current league, even if you are a support, like you have ways to kind of not get one shot, but it's not really the way it was. Like one Kassadin Q, one combo, I think Gorilla just dies. So it's got to be careful.
And Captain Jack, he's looking for maybe some sort of a way to jump onto Piglet. Piglet not going to fall for it. He knows the wave's coming into him. There's no reason to go up as, okay, now his teammates are here. Master Yi, Hart. Messing up the combo a little bit, not the end of the world. Kassadin has the Rod of Ages.
Yeah, that's 12-minute completion. He is giga chilling in mid lane, and Spirit really hasn't gone many other places outside of mid, and now Magnan in a bit of trouble, but he is going to hop away and survive. Kuro here on a ward too, so not really much follow-up there.
Okay, and Looper, level 9, Macnoon, at the end of that wave, still level 8, so not quite sure what that advantage is.
Cataclysm, Kuro doesn't have flash, and in goes the Kassadin, down goes the Anivia. Probably going to see a lot of this in this game. Gorilla, I don't know about this. He is going to just run away, and the Spirit does go down, but Pawn is an absolute juggernaut now, as he's just going to flash the wall. Still had flash this entire time, gets over the wall once again, gets away from Magnoon. And now he's over towards the left side, wants to link up with Looper in the top lane probably. And I mean, maybe he just
might
kills
just jump on his face, yeah.
Magnoon's like standing on a ward. And one more Q, he's going down. Does a bit of damage, actually, but it's a trade of kills. And now Insect, without his ult, is just going to get run down here by Looper. Just going to the meditate, but eventually I think there's a rise. Not a huge amount of damage at this point in the game, but still.
It's a point and click.
You just cast things at him, and eventually he dies. And that's exactly what happens.
So the Rise getting a couple of kills there. The Kassadin getting more assists under his belt. We'll take a look at how this transpired. So Kuro comes right back in, walks up to the minion wave a little bit too close, even though he could have been in turret range, and Spirit in the wings waiting as Pawn starting things up with quite a bit of damage, and Spirit seeing lethal goes in. Gorilla misaims the tornado, and so Pawn's able to do this whole thing. Sees Macnoon with that ward that was about to dissipate, and Macnoon handshakes this. Rise trying to make his way down. Everything ends up in their favor again.
Yeah, it's the solo lanes right now I mean, and the jungle. The whole top side of the map right now for Samsung Telecom is pretty insane. And even that that got a nice early lead in this game is just very far behind now. Pawn's level 11, so gonna get a level up on that ult, and yeah, I mean, Nivea can't deal with him. Captain Jack and Gorilla are here, and they don't even really feel all that safe against him either. Not a fun time for them. It does feel like our predictions of Samsung SKT being the stronger team today are very much coming true.
Yep.
In a big way. This one might be more one-sided than the first one.
Yeah, this is definitely looking a lot more one-sided, especially because, again, the top side with those hypers are just so far ahead, and things are looking pretty grim, especially because the Tristana not really able to get too much ramp, even still behind the Vayne in CS. The Anivia very far behind in the context of this game, even the Master Yi as well.
Yeah, they're pretty deep in the jungle. They're getting chased down here by Heart and Pawn. Looks like they will get away for now, but here comes the flash. Nice! Tornado comes through from Gorilla. Just held that one for a while. Pawn trying to get in, but he can't. He's pretty low now and actually getting chased down by
the Condemn!
Piglet's Vayne is so back! And eventually he will be punished for that. And the knockaway here from Heart just to complete the play.
So it ends up being a 2-0. 4-16 is the score here, as Kuro tries to rotate into mid to help wave clear this, but looks like they're trying to maybe bait something here, as Kuro is trying to tether right on the edge of vision. But no, Heart's not going to bite or anything. Dragon's still yet to be taken, which is so funny because back in the day, it was almost immediately every single time. As we take a look at the replay, Pawn goes over with the Force Pulse, silences the Janna, as Cataclysm from the Jarvan comes out, met by the Tornado. The Condemn there on the right-hand side by Piglet to keep Pawn alive, as Macnoon trying to fish, doesn't find it. The game's starting to run away from them.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Pawn doesn't die there after he went very over-aggressive in the beginning of that play is kind of insane. He is currently the highest level on the map alongside a Looper at level 12. So only 4 levels away from just ending the game, essentially. Not to mention they also have a Vayne and a Rise. So he doesn't even necessarily get the game as caught out of midair, but Captain Jack not able to be stunned down by the Pulverize.
Piglet now just going to finish up that CS. They're going to move their attention now over to the Dragon. Kuro are going to get a pretty good chunk.
He doesn't know about the Alistair behind him. Tornado is pretty good. Now Hart actually in an awkward spot. He's going to throw up an ult, but eventually he just dies. So nice shutdown here for Insect.
And Hart going to fall there. Probably anticipating that they had a little bit more damage, or maybe that Jarvan was going to come over the wall onto the Anivia. Perhaps a little bit of a miscommunication here. Let's take a look. As Pawn goes over, and they might have been anticipating Spirit to just drop the Drake and come over with them.
Spirit was pretty low,
yeah,
actually. So I think the read as a team, not necessarily the best. I like the setup from Hart. You know, if everything goes according to plan and the rest of the team follows, then sure, but otherwise you're stuck behind an Anivia wall with no flash. And that is what happened. Captain Jack, I feel bad for him because in game one he was playing Corki and he actually played it pretty well. Like, he did some decent damage, had some good trades, laned pretty well, and it just didn't matter. And now I feel like this might happen again here in this game where he's playing Tristana, and it's like, well, you're just not quite as strong as the Vayne or the Kassadin, so
right.
Good luck doing anything. As the bounce AoE damage is pretty ridiculous.
Insect trying to farm up on that Feral Flare. Get more and more stacks on the Mastery to try to combat the Kassadin in the later stages, as Pawn is not too far away from level 16. And for modern day League people that weren't really around for level 16 Kassadin, it's truly something else.
It's about to get ugly. You're about to find out where the meme originated from. We're all pointing at the clock.
Yep. No waves really being consumed right now by Samsung SKDs. Yeah, they're going to start up the Baron. I mean, they do have Vayne. And so the speed of it is going to be totally fine. Look at that damage by Kassadin.
Yeah, we're already at half health here.
Yeah.
There's 3 people, but Insect
yep.
shows up. And now Hart's got to pull off the Baron and just try to zone him away. He takes an insane amount of damage. Spirit's pretty low himself.
Oh, silence!
And now the silence comes in. Pawn in a lot of trouble. It's first down. And the Baron gets taken by Spirit, but the rest of the team is falling. Pig gets pushed out.
The betrayer! There it is.
It's like, ooh, thank you very much.
There it is. Well, feels like, you know, it's not quite the Odyssey, but maybe 300, as that was a betrayal of all kinds, as Hart casts the Alistar ultimate. He goes to try to stifle the approach by Najin KT. Pawn goes in with the Force Pulse, puts the silence down as well, as that's what Kassadin's Nethersphere does in Classic. And Piglet, he was just trying to trade as much as he could, but John had other plans.
Yeah, let's see what he says. He kills Insect. Oh.
He holds up a heart.
Spirit clapping. Fans are just in shock. They're like, is that a League Classic thing? No, that's just
Yep.
Gorilla helping out a little bit.
Right. They're trying to bait Kassadin in, but Pawn reading this correctly, sensing it looks too good to be true.
Yeah. It's kind of insane because, like, I don't know the level of Pawn, but okay, we're just going for a dive here. And, yeah, he doesn't even get his jump off. This time around, it looks like Pawn gets baited in somehow, and now he's on the run.
Ooh.
He is very fast.
And he's just going to turn around, take the camp. And it looks like they're trying to wait to see if Kassadin will come back down. He really wants that wave.
Yeah, we got kind of a counter maneuver here from Samsung SKT.
Yep.
We got rotations on rotation.
Silence on Yi, so we can't follow up.
Yep.
And it looks like Hart. Okay. Oh my lord!
See you later.
Rise is a little angry.
Yeah. He just runs him down. I mean, the Nidalee, his AD doesn't do a whole lot in the burst window. Can't heal it up. And yeah, Pawn does stay alive down there on the bottom side. And all the lanes now are being pushed in. You said something earlier about how, you know, small leads back in the day felt much larger.
Yes.
And this is like over 6,000 the lead. This is quite a, like, this is a big one. This is a big lead at this point in the game.
This is a big lead, especially because contextually the champions, as right here, Tristana, this looks like something from Modern League.
Yeah.
This kind of a mid-game dive attempt as Insect uses his R, doesn't find Looper. Looper level 16 now as well, picking up Glacial Shroud, Warden's Mail, powering towards that Frozen Heart.
Yeah.
And this used to be the build on Rise. And he would now suddenly get super tanky, and this is what was so scary about him back in the day.
Yeah. Because you had all that bounce damage, you really wanted to be... Okay, just going to slam the ground. You really wanted to be kind of in melee range and be able to tank everything up while also doing a ton of damage. So, yeah, that was kind of the name of the game. You want to be really fast, you run in there, you burst everyone down, and you just, you know, you do your thing. As I believe that's... Is that old Randuin's picked up here by Spirit as well? All the old icons are really throwing me for a loop. A looper farming the Raptors. Well.
I mean, truly, Rise has taken on the Mage, Death Knight, Paladin, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior, Enchanter, Tank, Warden. As that is what he was in Classic.
Insect is like, yeah, no thanks. I think I'm just going to walk the other way. Look at all that gold.
A lot of gold.
It was 240?
Honestly, Riot should make a gold dragon. That would be interesting. And then the soul gives you gold per 10. Something like that.
I mean, honestly, I think it's not a bad idea. I don't know how broken it would be. Like, it would obviously require a lot of testing for something like that, because gold is...
Well, in theory, right around the 30-minute mark, gold starts to become less relevant in Modern League, so it would kind of act as like a means to buy you elixirs and other amplification.
Or
with
get your jungle and support online, you know, up to 6 items. Or just to, like, complete some builds a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I think flat gold... I mean, I do think that it's a pretty good idea, honestly. The damage from Looper is quite massive now, and the spears are kind of whatever. Like, he's got a Trinity Force and a Negatron Cloak. Like, that's not going to do a whole lot of damage, especially to a tanky Rise.
Looks like they're going to just end up waiting for one more Baron to end this game. Kassadin is level 16 now. They're starting up the Baron. That's okay, Piglet. He's going to move on over as well. Has that Phantom Dancer completed.
Yeah, the two of them can just take it down by themselves.
Yeah. Oh, my lord.
Yeah, look at the damage already out of Looper, and it's bouncing. The wall comes in. Insect trying to take out Pawn here, and maybe E is the super OP one as Pawn's just trying to get away. This is like a 3-on-5, though, as the other two were doing the Baron. Looper doesn't get away. Gets taken out, and only Gorilla has died here on the side of Najin CJKT. As Piglet's getting in, but he gets pushed away, and the E gets isolated and taken out, and now it's only Kuro who's alone in the jungle and is not level 16 himself. That's a big amount of damage, though. Hits level 16 off of that, funnily enough. Here comes Pawn. Not going to hit him with the ult, but I think eventually one more combo, and he goes down. Gets him down to the egg, and Hart comes in and secures the kill for the team.
And a really nice attempt there by Insect to actually just delete the Kassadin. Followed him with the Alpha Strike as well, but at Kassadin's current level, the Rift Walk is just so low cooldown that he had it up so consistently. So take a look at how this all transpires. They know about MacNoon. Looper opens in onto Gorilla. He gets pinned. Hart tries to interrupt Kuro, throw him back on the right-hand side. You can see Insect, he chases Pawn with the Alpha Strike, finds him. Pawn, even though he's so low on everything, look at his damage output and how nimble he is in the fights because of the cooldown reduction. Piglet goes in, gets blasted backwards. Kuro seems surprised by the damage output. Perhaps could have followed up on Piglet, and then Spirit underestimating his own tankiness before Pawn comes and avenges him.
Man, and Kuro's actually doing a decent amount of damage himself, but unfortunately it doesn't quite compare to his enemies. especially when he's alone in the enemy jungle. It's not where you want to be as an Anivia. And, I mean, we were at 6K, now it's 9K. And they got that Baron.
They do indeed have the Baron as Kostaden. 3 items now moving towards what is likely the Rabadon's death cap.
Harsh is going to be forced to press his R, but he has backup this time.
Rise trying to push in. Pawn. Not doing anything too risky. Ronduin's Omen completed for Spirit. Void Staff probably going to be the next item here for Looper, as right now we have a 0-2-3 unfolding. McNoon, I'm not sure he's long for the world.
And die.
Oh my lord.
Unless Gorilla saves your life. Insec trying to get in there and do it all by himself. Kuro.
Oh, what?
Oh, the double flag and
The
drag.
Ice Queen.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my, Kostaden.
Oh, that damage is insane.
And he cannot get their heart, tanking up the turret a little bit. Now they have the minions, they have the Baron. 2 waves down here just in bot lane with Vayne also escorting, and these turrets are not very durable.
No. And if you try to step up, you will get one combo. There you go. Down goes McNoon, and that will be the end of game number 2. Again, guys, we do have a blind pick game number 3 regardless, but that will be 2-0 now in favor of Samsung SKT. They're diving the fountain! And, you know, they're doing the McNoon to McNoon.
Yep.
So I don't know if they put on the diving goggles, but they did the dive regardless. And it's nothing but domination today.
Absolute domination, as that one fan has a League Classic shirt on. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously printed that at some sort of print shop. Samsung SKT, they take the second game in very dominating fashion. And honestly, I hope that we get to see something exciting in game number 3, but it does look like it's going to be a 3-0.
Maybe with the blind pick, I feel like the bans have certainly done a number. Insec has not been able to play Lee Sin yet, so maybe that can change things up. Looper's still doing cute ceremonies for the fans, and unfortunately, McNoon looks very unhappy.
He is looking very flustered, and you can understand it, because having a bit of a rough performance here in the 2 games, especially after he got that solo kill, he had the advantages that he accrued himself, and he was doing really good. But then the gambler took over as he attempted many coin flips across the map, and it did not really pan out.
여기까지 와드도 없어 얘네. 바로 싸운다. 한번 꽂아놓을게 이거.
가자 가자. 아 샘송 인텔레콤.
아 샘송 텔레콤.
예.
잘해요. 샘송 텔레콤.
아 삼성 좋다 이거. 아 잘하네 이거. 내가
역시 T1이니까.
아 이거 오 드디어 드디어 우리 큰 형님이 해냈다.
해냈구나. 가. 내가 먼저 갈게.
너무 빨리 한 거 아니야?
야 너무 빠른데? 준비.
형 나 잘했다.
잘한다.
잘한다.
21 that year.
That was my first exposure to League of Legends as well, because I was at the Fnatic house at the time when they were boot camping.
Oh, man.
And we take a look here at the post-game breakdown, and yep, it's what you expect. Kostaden and Rise really doing so much that game, and the damage spread once again. I mean, McNoon on top would be hard not to be when you're actively always in every fight.
Yeah, even though he did have 8 deaths, didn't matter. He was there every time doing damage and then dying. Not listed here are Piglet's Condemns. He had 2 crazy ones in this game. The timings of them, at least, were immaculate. And it was a really one-sided game, more so than game number 1, which was a little bit close, you know, a little back and forth, but eventually Samsung SKT took it handily. This one was kind of